Well, the big three automakers were asking for a sort of bridge loan. That's how they're phrasing it. I'd like to actually read you a bit from former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney. And he was born in Detroit to an auto executive, and he wrote an op-ed in the New York Times. So let me just read this for a moment to our viewers. Don't ask Washington to give shareholders and bondholders a free pass. They bet on management, and they lost. And he goes on to say, in a managed bankruptcy, the federal government would propel newly competitive and viable automakers rather than seal their fate with a bailout check. Now, what do you think of that statement, sir?
Well, I think Mitt's right on, and being the son of the man who turned Rambler/AMC around, he knows how hard it is to reinvent a company from one that isn't making good cars and not making competitive cars to one that can, in fact, survive. And he's absolutely right. GM, Ford, and Chrysler, none of them are coming with a real plan to eliminate the fact that they lose money on every car. They're coming for a bridge loan to nowhere, and I think that's more than anything else we've been asked to do. We're being asked to invest in something in which the public has already said is not worth investing in, both in their purchasing direction over the last many years and, in fact, in the stock value.
I'd like to also play a comment from Congresswoman Carol Kirkpatrick for bailing out Detroit.
It's not a bailout. It's a loan. We will return it. 5% interest over the next 5 years, another 9% over the second 5. Don't let the automobile industry die because of our inaction.
And what do you think of that argument? It's a loan. It'll get paid back.
Well, it's an at-risk loan. I mean, General Motors has a market cap of less than $1 billion, and we're going to be the debt behind them. You could buy General Motors for $1 billion today if you wanted to make an investment in them. You could take over the stock and then decide. But right now we're being asked to stay with the same board of directors, the same management, the same union contract, and then hope that an economy turns around to make them marginally profitable again, which is what they were in the past. General Motors, I grew up with General Motors truck and coach pencils because my father was a lifelong employee of the auto business. I know what that industry could do. I also know that for over 30 years, we've been losing market share while claiming high profits. The auto industry became, in a sense, a financing industry rather than a manufacturing industry. They've got to have value in manufacturing or they're not worth investing in.
Well, thank you very much for coming on the broadcast, explaining your view. Congressman Darrell Issa, thank you.
Thank you, Kitty.